when I started working on this show, I was thinking about this falling feeling. And the first thing that comes to mind is Icarus. And because of what's happening in the world, the ambitions and going too far and falling. But then I started to think it was actually very interesting to see this Bruegel painting called Landscape with the Fall of Icarus, because it's a landscape with farmers, animals, people working, a whole town, and you see Icarus's legs very small. It's hard to see, actually. It's completely secondary. They're little legs in the sea. So the idea is that the world actually does not care about your great ambitions and that it keeps going, whatever happens. And I thought that was actually really interesting and sort of reassuring in this, yes, this sort of taking another angle on the idea of falling. Potatoes doing their own thing, it's something very humble and wholesome, and they're standing up, and you look at them, and so yes, Icarus is in the back falling down. There's also this myth of Asteria, this goddess, who basically fell to earth to escape Zeus's advances. Where she landed became the island of Delos. And so a home, it became a home and a safe harbor. And I thought that also was really interesting. Falling could be seen as resisting, or and especially because it's such a human, it's such your body doing its own thing without your control. So again, all your ambitions or what you think your place in the world is, or your pedestal, if your body falls from it, that all goes out the window. The title is Reversal of Fortune because if you read the definitions, it's a turning point where tragedy takes a turn. It's a plot twist or something that advances the plot. I thought of the odalisques who are presented on these divans and couches to the gaze of men, and that they would just sort of fall down. And in my head, it was on purpose. So it's sort of like a resistance gesture, because you lose all what's expected of you as a woman, or as this kind of view of women. I also think of bodies actually as material, or as an asset, or a luxury, the way the Dutch still lives thought of those objects on the tables, and as a way of present something that they were proud of, or to brag, right? But also the idea of death, that there's always some hint of death there behind. They're kind of rotten, or there's insects. I included the flowers because they have different meanings. There's a begonia that symbolizes caution, the dahlia instability, and the black irises are danger. And I was trying to look up, like, roses are for love, and because of the Asteria myth, I was trying to see what would be a flower that symbolizes danger, too much love, or, and that black irises seemed like it's death, but in that way. So I thought that was interesting. It is a cinematographic approach. I'm freezing a moment of the narrative, but there's things before and after. That might be unclear to me too, but it's not just there's more on both sides that you can't see, but I like the idea of this still from something that's moving, yeah. Beauty and ugliness, I just don't care, I think. I'm definitely not interested in making something pretty, or whether it's beautiful or not. It's really not my concern at all. I want the purpose to come through. I want it to be made in a way so that you can see it. But the fact that it would be beautiful or ugly is, I just doesn't matter to me at all. The viewer can decide. That's why everyone has different opinions, I think. But yes, I think in the end it's both, probably.